going to have a quickest little update on ROS 2 and Isaac Sim 5.0 running in Ubuntu 24.04. Really quick update. The last time I kind of fumbled and I wasn't able to get it to run as I wanted it to, but this time now I've got it running. So 5.0 they admit is not fully featured, not 100% yet, but you should be able to do some things. Like for me, operating with ROS is mightily important. So this is not a full walkthrough of how to use ROS, but this is where you want to go if you are trying to set up ROS, and depending on how you want to do it. For me, it was Ubuntu 24.04, Jazzy, and I followed these steps to set this up. I had to set up for a long time, so I actually had to update and make sure to stay updated. And sometimes these keys will expire. This key will expire, so you want to just make sure that you stay up to date as much as possible. Okay, so that being said, use that to install Jazzy and then test it after you source. Then you want to just run the talker and listener. I think in the last video I did that. All right. Okay, so then Isaac Sim. We installed Isaac Sim. And it says it's pre-release software. Please report any bugs, issues you may encounter. When you launch Isaac Sim, if you launch with selector like this, sorry. Then what comes up is it allows you to choose between your ROS distros that you might have. Like if you're running Humble and Jazzy, then you can have them both up. But in my case, I do have Humble, do have Jazzy, but I'm running just Jazzy. So as you can see, it is now running in the background, and some of the content now shows up, which wasn't happening before. Now just opening the windows all went to the right places to get me these files, and now you can see I can pull in a robot or something like that if I wanted to. But today we're just going to just make the clock. And it's very important for ROS that the time is understood between the robot and all the other environments. So we're going to create time, the time that we want to use in the Isaac Sim, and then after that, at some point, we have a real live robot. We'll put the time on use the robot time and pass that back to Isaac Sim and Isaac Lab. Okay, so you might be asking, how is that possible? There is a cool little walkthrough that I'm going to be following exactly. I've done this so many times that I can do it in my head, but it'd be better if I just showed you the walkthrough that I'm following. If you go to NVIDIA Docs 5.0 tutorials, here it is. These documents, like they say, are unstable because it's a work in progress. They're kind of working on this as we go. 5.0 just came out, and just the fact that it supports 24.04 is good enough for me. That's a quite bit of a difference than has it been before. So your DDS, you can change your DDS system, how your messaging and your clock and all of that works. In my case, I did change that a while back, so I don't have to go through that. Certainly look at all the documentation if you want to do something like that. And then if you want to download all of the content that you notice here, the content is showing up here locked, and for whatever reason my access to my Nucleus server isn't the way it should be, or configured correctly for 5.0. I'm going to work on that, but for today it's not that important. The important part for today is I want to make a bunch of robots move around. So first step is to make sure I can communicate with ROS. We're going to do that right now. Okay. If you're trying to run something in Isaac Sim that's a ROS node or topic or any of those things, Isaac Sim needs to know about it using a bridge. In this case, we're using a ROS bridge from Isaac Sim to ROS and back. Essentially, it's usually a C node, C++ node that is written that kind of communicates back and forth between this, or it could be in Python, who knows, I didn't really look back and see. Communicates between this simulator and ROS. So we already have ROS installed, we know it works. So we're going to basically create a graphical version of action graph. You don't need to actually do this with a graphical version, but it's actually the easiest way. You can also do it in other ways. So I'm going to go to Graph Editor, Action Graph. I'm going to expand this because there's really nothing to see in this window. I'm going to create a new action graph, even though I already have one, and then I can go and fill out this action graph. So I'm clicking here and type in on playback tick, and just drag that onto the window. And then also I need ROS2 context. Drag that into the window. Double click would be easier, but I don't think they have that yet. And then Isaac read sim time. Okay, drag that in the window as well. And then I'm going to publish this all. So we have basically saying as the timer goes around, basically on playback tick, I'm going to take this domain context, and I'm going to pass this context to be published. So actually we need a publisher. Let's drop that in there. So we need a ROS2 publisher, and we want to publish time. So we want to say publish clock. Ooh, if I can spell. Publish clock. Okay, so we have that. And then the tick is the executor in. The context is context. And the simulation time is timestamp. Okay, so if I ran this, and let's just run it just to show you, after selecting that, you will see is the timestamp will start moving. Okay, stop it. And then I can reset it, etc. But we're not going to reset. Now, over in ROS, I already have my bash.rc files already set this that I'm going to be using Jazzy, and so I can go straight to RViz, and here's RViz right here, and I can see that there is a ROS time. Okay. Now, if I want to say, use simulator time, then I can, while this is running, I can say use sim time here, and the parameter set. Now it's just detected a time source change, so it's resetting RViz, and ROS time is now 0. You can see that there, 0. Now when I hit play, you'll start to see the time here move and the time in RViz move. So what I'm going to do is set up the window so that you can see them both at the same time. Probably the only things that need to be in the window are these. So good enough if I left it like that, yeah. And now I'm going to click play, and you'll start to see let's make that bigger. You'll start to see the ROS time match the existing timestamp. So I'm going to hit play. I'm playing. See, it started at 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. So what this is saying essentially is that we are communicating with ROS back and forth. The simulator, the time here and the time there match, And moreover, I can do a ROS to topic list, and here I have a topic called clock, and I can go ROS to topic echo clock, and there we go. So what I'm seeing is 60 seconds, I am reading that topic, 63 seconds, 64, 67, it's everywhere. So cool. We have in 3 places in the Isaac Sim 5.0 simulator, Ubuntu 24.04, and RViz in the console under ROS topic everywhere. So obviously that's a very, very simple version, but the next thing you can do is make a sensor, also publish or make the Turtlebot move in all 3 places, or a servo or something like that. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of videos about these topics, and they have been for other ROS 2 topics with Isaac Sim. Hopefully some of my favorite YouTubers will come out with more topics. But what I'll do is, if I find one that's cool enough, I will definitely publish it. Awesome. Talk to you soon.